love, went right away to fight in the kibbutzim. The first thing I came to Israel and I saw, it was our people. Like I saw the love, the help, like how everything together. The first, I would say 2 months, we didn't even go into Gaza. Like our unit went a little bit later than the other one. Like it was the first Golani and other units, because we got some missions that we needed to work on in Israel before we was going inside. So in these 2 months, we were just training. But we're training, and while we're training, we slept in a kibbutzim or like some people that hosted us. And the love, it was unbelievable. Like you walk in the streets, you go around with like army clothes, and people honking you, and people throw to your car while you drove in the car. People throw in your car and snacks and drinks, and they had we are sleeping there. They came with a huge barbecue. They had we are sleeping there. They came with a lot of sweatshirts, pants, socks, shoes. Like I think in the 2 months before I went to Gaza, I gained weight because so much people give us so much, like cigarettes and everything. They just give us and give us. It was like the love. They showed me like it's amazing. Like our people in Israel, they are all together. They all love each other. And I can tell you when you're in there, I don't know if you heard, but on October 7, let's say, I don't know, X numbers of soldiers got called back. The reserve that went back, it's 300%. So imagine like 100 people got called back, 300 wanted to go. And even if you didn't, like some people that didn't get called back, they went to the military, please take me, I want to do this. Give me something, I don't care, give me something to do, I want to do this. Like 300% from the soldiers went to the military, which is crazy. After 2 months, we went inside Gaza. I'll tell you one small story. I'm not going to tell you everything, but so my team went inside Gaza. We were staying on one of the houses. We kept going. We did some missions, and we had some stories there next to us and everything. That in Gaza, everywhere you walk, it was, I don't know, like if you see, but the number one reason of soldiers that die in Gaza, it was explosive device. That you go and just from nowhere, explosive device. So I'll tell you a small story. One of my, that the stories that I tell to every people that ask me, is it true that Israeli soldiers think about the citizens in Gaza? And this is a perfect story for this one. So my commander told us we need to move to this house. And there is a formation how you walk in Gaza. And there's 1 and 2 that they kind of like opened the area and the team after. So I was one of those. And then on the house that we were about to walk in, I felt something suspicious. I don't know. I told my commander, I don't want to go inside. And he told me why. I said, I feel something suspicious in the entrance. I don't want to go inside. Can you talk to the Air Force that will bomb this house before we looking for stuff inside? Tell the Air Force to bomb it, then we'll feel more safe. And then we say, okay, let me talk to the Air Force. The Air Force say there is might be possibility that some civilians stay in the house. We are not allowed to bomb it. And civilians were not supposed to be there because we told them to leave. And then I said, okay, we are not going inside. It was a lot of argument. And then...
Sorry, it's just because the door is open.
Okay. And then we went to a...
That's the Air Force.
the time went and we went to we stayed in the house. And I didn't know, but apparently other team got this mission. Like the team that was staying one house next to me, I didn't know that. They went inside this house, explosive device, and 3 of them got killed. So this is just a small story from there. After I was in Gaza from December to the end of February, and then with the F1 visa, since I'm an international student, I already went in October. I needed to go back. I went back to college. I was in college maybe 2 months. My college in Southern Indiana was actually very supportive. So I didn't tell you quick. So after I finished my service at 21, I got some. I started playing tennis again. I got some offers from colleges everywhere. I signed for University of Southern Indiana, which is my mistake. I mean, not a mistake, but this is a boring place. There's nothing to do there. So I played until October 7. Then I went back to college. In February, I tried to do the spring semester very quick. They were very supportive. They told me like you don't need to take this exam, do this assignment online, take it in your time. Like if you need help, they were like very, very supportive. And so I was there for 2 months, finished the semester pretty quick. They gave me like everything, it was easy. And then in April 2024, I went back again to Gaza. I was in Gaza for 2.5 months until June. In this time, another one of my team killed in an explosive device. But at that time, like, he is the one that went to be a commander of a different unit. So he wasn't with us. So 2 of my team. And then in June 2024, it was when we finished the mission kind of officially for this time. And I decided like I needed time for myself before I got back to college in August. And I came to Florida for vacation to be by myself. I wanted to be 2 months, no news, nothing, just to be by myself. And I fell in love with this place, like I really fell in love with Florida. And I tried to do everything so fast and try to transfer scholarship, whatever it is. And I got accepted to Florida Atlantic University in Boca to finish my degree. As Eli said, I was supposed to graduate in May, but since I was in the war and some transfer credit, I'm going to graduate in December. I'm studying computer science. Another story, when I went back to college in southern Indiana in February, so like you talk to people on campus, and I mean, I'm sure you all know, but people like, they don't know, it's crazy. Like you go to people, oh, where are you from? Israel? Oh, there's a war or something going on. Like people have no idea what's going on in Israel, and this is something that's very important for you to take action, because okay, we are soldiers and we are doing our stuff, but the fight is not just in Gaza. Like there's fight everywhere, especially in the United States, and especially in college campuses. I was speaking to some people, and they're watching news with the 20 minutes, oh, I hate Israel. To be honest, if I was that American that have no idea and watching news, I would hate Israel too. The thing in the news is crazy, and this is where you should take place and talk to people and try to show them like the reality. And that's it. Like I think you all have like very, very important rule, and even like if you change the mind of one person, it's amazing. 2 persons, or at least show who we are and what we are, because we are like, even if you are like Jewish or not Jewish, religious or not religious, like it's something that happened to Israel and it can happen to every country. So, and by the way, I just got a call back, so I'm going back in 2 weeks again. I don't know exactly what, but so you guys should, like, if I can do it and leave my tennis scholarship and leave my school and go back, you all can take any action, even if it's talk to somebody on the phone, even if it's stop somebody on campus or doing a small event. You guys have like really good say, and you can do amazing job just by talking to people, and it's very important. And I appreciate your time, and thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much. Next, we're going to get to our Q&A. So if you have any questions for the soldiers, one at a time, we can pass a mic around if needed to make it louder, or you can just politely raise your hand and we can come around.
One thing I forgot to say about the question, ask anything you want, everything you want, don't feel shy. If I can answer, I will answer. If I can't, I'll just tell you, but don't be shy, just ask everything you want.
You know, this is your time to take some questions, and as you know, a lot of people, when they think Israeli soldiers war, they think of like, I don't even know what they think, but those are Israeli soldiers are ordinary people. They're just like you know, your age, 26, 33, basketball coach, engineer. We have an NCAA athlete over here. You know, how many of you have families in Israel? And how many of you have families that maybe someone is serving currently in the military? You know, so everyone has some sort of connection, and that's the people you represent. And the students supporting Israel, once again, while I'll take the board and we'll take questions, we will always be super proud, and it's going to be our biggest honor to host Israeli soldiers on our campuses when we have class. So once again, Toda Rabba, Chevre, you're amazing. First question for whoever.
Yeah, shoot whatever.
We have mic too if needed, but I don't think that. Any questions?
Go ahead.
And just tell us your name and what are you in school?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
So my name's Aiden. I'm currently studying environmental studies here. I'm a freshman. So my question to you was, as Israeli soldiers, how do you feel about seeing the Palestinian protest movements here in the United States, calling for global intifada and the death to all Jews? How do you feel about that?
Okay, great question. As I said before, in this front we lost. In the okay, in this front of the advocacy, we need to be better, okay? And when we see what happened here in all the Palestinians, they did the opposite. They have done a great job. Actually, they work together. They protest. We need to do our own. We need to do our own job. We don't know. If you ask me, we don't need to look what they do. Okay, we know our truth. We know what is supposed to. We know that we do things that is with moral. Yeah, moral things. Moral things. They can say whatever they say, what they believe. This is not our. We want to convince people that what we do, that Israel it's the right place. We do moral things, and we don't need to take care of them. Like, it's not our business. You know what? It's not our business. If you ask me, okay, you can do. If you ask me, you want to shout something?
I'll tell you that in Israel, when you saw the protests around the world, for us, of course, it's sad that the people actually believe that, and then for me, I will never forget it. It was when did I say it's crazy? The first deal. The first deal, you see, okay, we give them,
Explain that.
you know what is deal? Like the deal when you switch hostages and terrorists.
Yeah.
So for me, the first deal, when I was I saw it on the news, and I said how people don't see it. We gave them 10, 20 terrorists, and you see, okay, this guy is 35 years old, he killed 2 Jews. This guy killed 10 Israeli people in the supermarket. This guy killed 20. And what they give us? A little 3 years old girl. How you don't see, they give us a 3-year-old girl, she didn't do anything, and we give them this, and they post in the world, okay, compare this to this. But I feel like those people believe in something, they believe, basically they believe this is their land, this is their country, and I get, for me, I think it doesn't matter, what they will do or what we'll do, it's something they're not gonna change. It's not like you're gonna change it, but for you and other American and non-American international students on campuses, some people don't really know. Some people protest for Palestine, and you start asking the question. They don't know the history. They don't know what they protest for. You ask me, what protest for? Killing babies in Gaza. They don't even know what's going on. So for me, every person you will talk to and every people you will talk to, and maybe you can change one mind, 2 mind, everything. If you can change one, and other thousands can change one, everything will be better.
I may add, you guys go to the University of Tampa, which is a very different mentality than other schools across the country. I visited UC Berkeley on May 1st of 2024, outside of the encampment in Berkeley with members of students supporting Israel, and we were jumped and we were attacked and punched and in the head. It was violent over there. You guys actually have the privilege almost to go to a campus that doesn't have those knuckleheads like you have at Berkeley. And in campuses like that, that's where you need to spread the word, because you have an opportunity to teach, to educate. Remember, it's all about education. There was a TikTok video of a student at the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign, drawing in chalk from the river to the sea on the floor. And Ezra, a member of SSI Illini, he came up to her and asked her which river, which sea. And she said, why does it matter? And it's well, just tell me, you're drawing a message, which river, which sea. And she said, well, I don't know. So you have a situation in which a lot of people who are just getting the news from TikTok or Snapchat or Instagram, all of a sudden became experts in elitist policy. And just like I said, you give them terrorists, they give you a 3-year-old girl, or the Bibas kids, the Bibas kids that were killed and murdered, a 9-month-old and a 4-year-old and their mother, and all of a sudden the people find justification to why they were killed. You know, so there's so much misinformation, and that's why like you at the University of Tampa truly have the ability to make a difference and impact others in a better way. And that's why like students supporting Israel work, and your work, and the AFI, and the Hillel, and the Chabad, and all the organizations, and the people that are not Jewish in our community, you are the agents of change. You know, so let's make sure when it's good in Tampa, let's make sure it's not going to turn into a place like Berkeley or Columbia. It's very easy to win a championship and to have things good. It's very hard to maintain it and to keep it. You know, your job is to keep the good on this campus. You know, more questions for the guys though. Right here, just name and your major or whatever.
My name's Gal, or Gal. I am a business major, and my question is, do you think the war was a blessing in disguise? Obviously, Israel before the war was big and everything, but I think through trauma, the war brought everyone together and kind of let a new start be born. Do you think that's? Do you agree with that?
It's a tough question for me, but like you say, like Israel was like kind of divided, is what you mean, and now like we're together. That's a question.
Yeah.
It's a problematic answer because no, it's not good. We have thousands of died peoples. You have peoples without legs, without hands. Half of Israel is post-traumatic. When I say half, it's not half, half. A lot of people, families are destroyed. Okay, his cousin. How can, as a father, as a mother, how can you live? We still have hostages. Okay, so we still have hostages. It's no, definitely not. We as Israelis, and the Jewish people that are always saying Jewish people are smart and have some good solutions. We need to have a better solution to unite the company of Israel than get the war, because war is not good for anyone. No winners and all. You know, they can hear about, yeah, we win the Hamas, no winners in a war, just losers. Okay, so for your question, great question. No, definitely not. War is not good for nothing if you ask me, okay? That's it. Sorry.
I agree that like I understand what you said, but I think there are some much better solution to bring the country together. Because even now it's not like we are all together. There's some like some people against deals, some people want. It's all about like opinions, and in a room of 100 people you live 100 opinions.
Yeah, and don't forget we are just actually regular soldiers. You know, we are very low in the chain. Yeah, and you want to ask? You want to ask?
Hello, my name is Milo, senior sophomore here in history and political science. And first of all, thank you for what you guys do. You guys are in the front lines for like pretty much all the Western society and the values of democracy. And my question for y'all is, regardless of whatever IDF does, I know you guys text in the cell phones, letting them know the people that you guys are going to drop a bomb. You call them, you do everything, and regardless of that, like that the people is going to have the same opinion, like a hostile against Israel. When I was in the artillery, I was an artillery guy like you, like I deployed to Syria, and we used to do one warning. If you didn't get out, bye. You don't. Like we used to send our fire missions and everything. Why you don't just do the same and make a quick war?
That's another good question. And again, if you ask people, some people will tell you October 8th, kill everything in Gaza and make it the parking lot. Some people can tell you about opinions, but you cannot do whatever you want or whatever I want or whatever they want. Like everybody has a different opinion. It's something very big, like something bigger in the world. United States, it was Biden, and it's some equipment we get, and it's just something much bigger than that.
Much bigger. Israel is very, as you guys know, Israel is very, very small. I don't know, Israel is very small. Okay, so we cannot do whatever we want. We are hand to hand with the government of the United States, and as you can see with Trump or with Biden, we need the United States like for getting money from them. We need the United States for getting shares and whatever, and we cannot do whatever we want. We are, that's the point. the decision is taken by us and with the United States too.
Hi guys, I'm Josh, a junior studying finance and accounting. First off, I wanted to thank you all for your service, but also, and it seems like a lot of people, most people who served know someone who died, either in service but how do you continue to get up every day to fight for your country without dealing with the pain and that kind of stuff?
You are dealing with the pain, but you see a bigger picture, and it gives you even more motivation. That's always a good question, but for me, like I told you, I was in the United States and I woke up and everything, but like the message they say, okay, I'm taking my bag and I'm going back. It's when they told me, when my team told me one of their friends died. So this is okay, I'm going back. So it's like you see, like I told you, 300%. Like for me, to even give more motivation. You see, my friend died. Okay, give me motivation to fight for my country, to fight for my family, to fight for my friends, to be there in front line and be there for all of you and everybody in the world. Because I feel like so many people before they went, they knew that like everybody goes inside Gaza, he knows he might have a possibility that we die. But for him, if some people that wrote before they went inside, one of my friends that wrote, he wrote, and after he died, before he died he wrote it, but after he died they posted, he said, if you take me back, I'm gonna do the same. And when I go inside Gaza, I know that my chance to something happen, but for me me being there, it's more important than if something will happen to me.
There is a moment when you separate what your feelings and the common sense, and you don't let the feelings control your common sense. So what happened, and if you're gonna think about this all the time, you're gonna die too. So you need to continue day by day. That's what I heard. I wasn't a guy or in these people inside. Artillery, we are actually outside of it. That's what I heard. Is what happened with my friends. That's what happened. You separate definitely feelings and common sense.
Another thing, people they were not fighters or in special units. They were in the military. They were chefs. They they're 40 years old. They own a restaurant in Tel Aviv. They say, okay, I'm gonna close the restaurant. I'm gonna go to be a chef in the army right now. To do reserve, to be a chef. It's not something people wanted to help any way they can. It does give more and more motivation. Everything that happens, it gives more and more motivation. Even if it's something just go 3 hours, chef, clean the guns, clean the bases, some stuff like that. People wanted to be there, to feel you do something. Maybe there's something different if you're fighting inside or you are cleaning bathroom, but it's the feeling that you do, and if I got called back, that means they need me, so I will be there.
Yeah, please.
I know you all aren't diplomats. Like you said, you're soldiers. But the UN has a resolution to bring permanent peace. What can we do to get Israel to, the leaders like Netanyahu to accept that resolution so that there's no more war? There's an end to the war and there's permanent peace. What does it take to bring about the permanent peace?
I'll answer that more on the diplomatic side, and of course if the guys want to add something. So of course no one wants a war, and no one signed up for a war. Everyone would be living better if October 7th never happened. But ideas aside and reality on the ground aside, the United Nations is not a friendly organization towards Israel. The United Nations produced more resolutions against Israel alone than the majority of the countries in the world combined this past year alone. And I'm talking about other countries like the Russian Federation, China, Venezuela, Iran, and a lot of bad players in the market. And the United Nations, in our opinion, is not acting, at least in Israel's opinion, is not acting in good faith towards Israel. The head of the United Nations and a lot of the agencies in the United Nations have not done enough or anything at all to bring any support to the hostages in Gaza. The hostages that came out of Gaza have not seen any humanitarian aid for more than a year. You had UNRWA, which is the United Nations agency, that is the only other agency that is separate from the United Nations Refugee Agency, the Palestinians have their own agency, no other people in the world have it. So you had employees of UNRWA participating and taking part in being seen in footage and video in the October 7th attack. So if we circle back to your question, you mentioned the Prime Minister of Israel. In fact is, between the soldiers here, the guys, I'm not sure if they're themselves like big fans or not, but it doesn't matter. We are in a situation of an existential war against Israel that is taking place on 7 fronts, and Israel needs to do whatever it does to protect its citizens first, to return the hostages, and hopefully to end the war, but Hamas is not a player in Gaza anymore. So with the UN, if you know which resolution exactly you're referring to, because there's plenty of resolutions that the UN has published, I'll be happy to know the number. Let it be a resolution 76 forever. Let it be a resolution, was it a resolution that was done by the Security Council, the member nations of the Security Council, which is not, or it was the resolution that was passed by the General Assembly of the United Nations, which represents all the countries in the world. It has a majority of non-democratic countries participating in a democratic body and then passing resolutions in Israel. So again, we would like to know, of course, which resolution you're referring to, but to cut to the chase, the situation on the ground is not easy, and we believe that if there would not be an October 7th attack, there would not be a war in the first place. And to summarize, Israelis, I'm sure that the guy, he would much rather coach basketball and be at his job, and he would much rather be in Indiana. And here, again, I don't know what's your personal opinion on the Prime Minister in Israel. You can hate him, you can like him, totally up to you. But if you replace him in the moment, is the war ending? And are all the hostages being returned? I don't necessarily know if this is the case.
I have one thing to say. First of all, about the Prime Minister, it doesn't matter for me who is the Prime Minister. And my team is like 18 soldiers, 18 different opinions. He likes Bibi, doesn't. He likes Yair Lapid. He likes, everybody likes. I don't even know what my team likes and who Prime Minister. It doesn't matter. We fight for our country, we fight for our people, and for me, it doesn't really matter who the Prime Minister. Another thing that I want to say about this one, so October 7th started, by then we didn't start it. So I believe in this sentence that if Hamas will put their guns down, it will no wars. If Israel will put their guns down, no Israel. That's what I believe.
If I may follow up, I think it's UN Resolution 2735, and there's an Arab alliance that's 57 Arab nations that have all agreed to accept Israel's right to exist, and they will actually help protect Israel. The only thing that they're waiting for is for Israel to accept the agreement, and then it'll be ended. There'll be permanent peace.
Listen, we want peace. I'm sorry that I carried it. We want peace. I'm the first one to want peace. I want to do it. Seriously, what we want. I said before, no winners in the war. We came to tell our truth, our things. We are really low in the chain. Is elite team. I was in the artillery, really low. These answers, we're sorry, we cannot answer. We don't have the answer for you. Okay? Sorry. We appreciate your participation. Yeah.
I'm Justin. I'm a sophomore. I'm a cybersecurity major. This is more for you, Noah. Seeing the Auburn coach, we see what he did the other day before the game for his press conference.
Oh, well, I didn't see it. Yeah, I didn't see it.
Well, he talked about the coach for Auburn in the basketball tournament, where he talked about Auburn being. He was talking about Israel and
this great.
How does that how does the celebrities in the sports world how is
this is great when you say it. This is the great when you say it because in Israel, Gal Gadot. In Israel, we say we say in Israel we're a little bit upset of Gal because I say Gal like she's my friend. No, we're upset a little bit of Gal because she was a little bit quiet at the beginning because the celebrities, as you say, they have a lot of influence. We're talking to you about that you have influence. You can imagine what they have.
Of course, it's much different when you post something on social media with 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 followers or somebody with millions. Social media, especially in today with the technology, it's crazy. Yeah. Social media can do amazing job. Can do great, crazy job.
You're right. I agree with you. Everyone can do it. influence.
Especially celebrities.
And celebrities,
Millions
they're the
followers.
followers, yeah.
And we are cheering for Auburn now in the NCAA.
I just wanted to ask, so as a Jew, I think since October 7th, it's been very hard. Like, I feel like most Jews have dealt with some form of anti-Semitism since October 7th. How have you guys been able to power through that?
So, you talk about anti-Semitism?
Yes, since October 7th, I think, at least,
So I
It's
went,
when
when I
you
went
see
back
on
to
social
college,
media,
it
it's
was
so
like a
tough.
small protest, like maybe 40 people,
yeah.
with like a Palestinian flag that said Free Palestine, and stuff like that.
I'm so sorry.
No, so when I went back, so it was like a lot of, it was like maybe 30, 40 protests. And I went there with the Israeli flag. For me, I don't really feel it, especially here in Florida. I don't really feel anything crazy.
Yeah.
But of course, like you see in social media, and I saw like the comments, if you see for this event tomorrow in UNC Charlotte,
Yeah.
the comments there, it's crazy, and people wants to come kill us or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But, you know, it is what it is. Like, I don't feel for me it's not like, oh, I'm going crazy for this.
Yeah.
It is what it is, and people will love you and people will hate you for the rest of their life.
Please.
How you guys doing? My name is Ian, I'm a junior. I want to thank both of you guys for your service. I'm just curious because you guys are both served, obviously. How do you guys get involved with an organization like SSI? And I think it's great that you guys are coming to campuses to talk about this. Great stuff.
I started my first time I was in SSI was 2017. It was in San Diego. It was a conference in San Diego, 2017. I came again in Los Angeles, then in New York, 2019. From the COVID, I didn't have anything with the SSI, but I was in touch with Ilan. I see what they do. That so many chapters, that they have so much influence. Look, guys, SSI brought so many people over here. It's in the campus. The Jewish people, Israeli people that are interested in this stuff. It's something great. I think you should keep going what you're doing because it's great. It's very important. You have a lot of influence for the leaders of tomorrow, as the leaders of tomorrow. Yeah.
So I didn't know what the SSI is until like 6 months ago. I never heard about it. But then when I transferred to FAU, I started seeing some events on campus and talking to people. Then I got connected with Ilan, and now I'm here.
You are in SSI.
I'm not, but I should join it.
Now